Call the meeting to order.
Jenkins,
Here.
Harden,
Here.
Han,
Here.
McKinley,
Here.
Cole.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We have no public comments this evening, so we move to section 1, the consent agenda.
Motion to approve the consent agenda?
I'll second. Any discussion?
What's Chris Franklin with that?
There was a tree out on the right of way over by Jerry Beasley's that during the that windstorm had split. It was hanging over a lot of our power lines and there were other utilities in there. So we got a hold of Chris Franklin to come in there and take just the damaged part down.
On that same thing, in the future, do we have the capabilities of handling some things like that ourselves? I know this was short notice, and I was going to thank you for getting on it so quick. You already knew about it before I got up there, but that's just one of my questions.
Well, the guys have trimmed some trees,
Okay.
and unfortunately, if you see on here on the city manager's report, it seems that the Department of Labor has gotten real touchy on it. If you haven't had specialized training in specific fields, even for tree trimming, then you can get your butt in a jam. But on some areas, they have trimmed trees before.
Okay.
And this particular one, Mac, it did need some attention, and it looked like he knew what he was doing.
Right, it need attention right now.
Right.
Any other discussion? Call it.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
Han,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
motion carries.
And we move to section 3, new business.
I make a motion to adopt ordinance 922, 2013, 2014 appropriation ordinance.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
It's just a normal yearly,
Yeah.
just in line with budget.
Call it.
Harden,
Yes.
Han,
Yes.
McKinley,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
motion carries.
Moves us to section 4, other items, city manager and his report.
Just a couple things on there. I had sent a couple emails out to Western Utility. They're the contractor that was hired to do the horizontal bore to get water out to South Park. We had hoped that while fall season was still going on, we could get the water out there, but that obviously didn't pan out. They've said that the materials have arrived to get that done, and there'll be a joint meet here within the next couple of weeks. They plan on getting that in there. The Green Street project, you can see, is pretty well completed. I got a phone call today. There's a manhole over there that has dropped down a little bit. It's an old Verizon GTE manhole. The engineers are going to look at it. They don't know if the old castings are broken or not, but there is a 10% held out, so in case if there is a problem that comes up. So hopefully we'll find out what's going on with that. While the sidewalk was being worked on, some of the stucco had come off down the lower areas of that building. And if you go there and take a look at it, now that the walk's been put back, there's a very minimal area that's going to have to be put back on there. And instead of hiring a company to do that, we're just going to have the city employees go over there later. And I had called and talked with Mr. Jenkins that owns the building, and he was in agreement with that. Didn't have any issues with that. Plum Street overlay, that's through the MFT program. IDOT has had the publications. Sandy's put it in our local paper for publication. There's going to be the opening bids will be on the 22nd at 9 a.m. here at City Hall. There'll be one at 9 and one at 9:15. So one is for spray patch and one is for the asphalt overlay. I did go to the DeWitt County board last week. They had forgot to put me on the agenda, but they let me speak. Regarding the Asbro Road John Street issue, that's been a concern for quite a while. There was an overall consensus that it did need to be corrected, that first they were going to name it John Road, but I told them that really doesn't take care of the issue. It needs to be John Street clear out to the county line. They've agreed to do that, asked that I recreate another petition. So I drafted a new petition. We've got 100% of the signatures for everyone out there that's inside the city limits. And so now I'm supposed to go back Thursday night and present that petition to them, and they are supposed to pass that at that time. We've had some issues with fences being built underneath our power lines. People are blocking out to where our electrical crews can't get to the power lines, can't get to a water meter. It's becoming quite an issue. So Mike Bradford was in here, the zoning officer for DeWitt County. We discussed it a little bit, and we both kind of came up with maybe we need a local ordinance pertaining to the erection of fences. You come in, you get a local permit so we can check and make sure that the utilities aren't going to be blocked before the zoning issues a permit. We have an annual inspection of the water plant coming up this Thursday from the EPA. I understand that it's just basically a routine inspection. And we've had the Illinois Department of Labor in here. They went through all the buildings. They talked to all the employees, went to obviously all the departments. And there are some violations. A lot of them are very minor. They said that they would send out a letter letting the city know that they're very proactive in safety and that they appreciated that. Some of the things were like a light plate cover being missing or an exit sign not being up where it needed to be. So that's pretty much it, folks.
Any
In
questions?
regards to the zoning, just the right-of-ways in general, not just blocking with fences, but people who have stuff in these alleys that are in town. I think it need to be distinguished out to make sure, and people who border onto that alley need to be let know if you've got something back there to get it out.
Right.
And start doing that, because that's something that's always been a problem in this town. If there's brush back there or whatever going out, it needs to be trimmed up either by them or by us. And we need to have them opened up, because there was a reason for those. And if we got into a major ice storm or something in the winter, it would be a pain to get back into. Now, certain places, the city's kind of screwed.
Certain places over the years somehow, you know.
In my town, there's no right of way to get to the poles. There's no right of way to get back to the poles and do anything electrical work.
Well, I know that last fall, a person's yard got tore up, and the issue wasn't in their yard, it was in the neighbor's yard, but the only way to get to where the electrical problem was to tear up somebody else's yard. And it's unfortunate when that happens, and that's because the person built a fence and they blocked our utilities. So I think it's something that's really, it's probably past due. Needs to really be looked at.
Yeah.
So we're gonna, I'll get back with Mike Bradford and see if we can't get some type of an ordinance drafted, and I'll bring it back to you to see if you want to pass it.
Other questions?
Yeah, go ahead, Josh.
No.
Getting back to that address change out there, he does go by John Street now,
Who's that?
Liquid Edge.
Yes, he does.
Okay, so,
Everyone out there goes by John Street now. The petition, which is laying on my desk, if you look at it, they all have John Street addresses. There's one house north of Monsanto that is a rule. I didn't go to them. I didn't, because I wasn't required to by the county board. So
does he know that you went to the board?
yes, he does. Yes, because he had to sign the
He
petition.
had to sign the petition, so, you told him you're gonna be going back out there the 18th.
Mhm.
Okay.
Shame on the county for the way they name the roads in the county. They should have never done it that way. They should have known. It's so difficult.
Years ago, there was High Road was west of Farmer City, and we told them then that that was an issue because if you went down High Street, you could cross High Road, and finally they changed that. So
Any non-agenda items, or do you want us to have any questions to the manager or his report? Any non-agenda items? Entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Call it.
Han,
Yes.
Kinley,
Yes.
Jenkins,
Yes.
Harden,
Yes.
motion carried.